Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Alex. Welcome back to Night Sky Wisdom and Tarot. So I'm here to bring you Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, also cross watchers, your general reading, your love reading, and your finance reading broken out for the entire week. So welcome to my new format. This allows me to now go back to covering all signs. If you're new, you don't know this. This is just how I'm operating from here on out. Okay. Alrighty. Please don't hesitate to hit that like button on the way in. I ask this not for vanity purposes, but because it actually helps with the YouTube algorithm. YouTube makes a decision on how many people it shows its videos to based off of likes, view duration, all that good stuff. So my goal is to grow my spiritual business and also spread the message to more people. So let's see what we have for you for the week, starting off with these Soul's Journey Lessons cards, going into a bit of tarot for your general section. Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini for the upcoming week? What are the best messages for Gemini for the upcoming week? I'm told not to cut, so we're going to do courage, indecision, balance. Are we in focus? Okay. So courage, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Indecision, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. And balance, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So off the bat here, I'm feeling that a lot of you all have been intuitively guided down a path. You're in the breakthrough point, in the breakthrough period, and now it's making you feel like you need to make some decisions about how to move forward, including whether or not to continue to move forward in a certain way. But Spirit is saying, have courage. Your indecision is more about fear because you have been intuitively guided to this place. So it's not that you're indecisive. This is just the hard part. That's all. And in balance, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. It is about you and allowing and embracing this journey. What's going to happen a lot of times, especially when we're moving into a new state or way of being, especially for journeys that include enlightenment and a spiritual level up, as well as a 3D level up, what's going to happen is that things that were once harmonious and made sense are going to be disharmonious and not make sense. And in the new way of doing things, you are shifting from it seeming to not make any sense to making sense. So in other words, there's going to be a lot of things that continuously challenge the vision that you've been given and the message that you've been given and the way that you've been spiritually guided to do things. But understand that the balance there is not about what you're doing versus how other people view it. The balance is what you're doing based off and versus how it aligns with you spiritually. And if those two things are in balance, then all of the rest of the crap doesn't matter. A lot of times for spiritual journeys, we look for 3D confirmations and we're not going to get them. So you're being asked to remain in balance anyway, to understand that if you don't know what to do next is because one, you've either already been told and what's around you seems to be challenging that. That doesn't mean to shift course, or because you're not like, how do I put this? Because you're not supposed to be doing anything differently yet. So continue to either follow the guidance you've been given, and if you're in a state of wait, continue in that state of wait. This is totally a faith walk for a lot of you Geminis, and this week it is very much going to be challenged. So let's look at some tarot to see what you need to know, what actions you're guided to take, and what to release, and some things for you to think about. Spirit, what are the messages for my Geminis for the week? What are the tarot messages for my Geminis for the week? General tarot messages to help my Geminis navigate through the week. Cut. Okay. Actually, that's on the bottom. No. Yeah, the wheel is turning even if you don't feel that the wheel is turning. So you got the wheel in the position of what you need to know for the week. Yeah, the wheel is turning. So there might be, again, a lot of 3D evidence that's like, it seems like a standstill, but you feel something moving in your spirit. You feel confirmations, even in the absence, again, of 3D evidence. Go with that, because God is doing what he said he would do. Okay, but God is not man, and God doesn't have to provide evidence or confirmation, and it doesn't have to make sense, and it doesn't have to be like cause and effect. He can create nothing. I mean, he could create something out of what appears to be nothingness. So you just need to stay the course. You've been guided correctly. You're being asked to maintain 9 of Wands energy. This is Wounded Warrior. So you've been through a lot, right? There's a lot that seems to be against you. It was a struggle. Like, you really had to stand up for what you... Ooh, where's my paper? Here it is. You really had to stand up against a lot of what society may have like programmed you to believe. Maybe a lot of people in your family have programmed to believe. It created a lot of friction and a lot of lumps and bumps because you tried to do things, quote unquote, the right way. But the right way, turns out, it wasn't necessarily the right way. It was just a way. Do you get what I'm saying? And everything that works for one person is not going to work for a different person. It's not going to be that other person's path or journey. There is no one right way. There's your right way. There's their right way. There's my right way. So you have been through a lot, finally realizing what it is that you want to stand up for, what it is you believe in, and you're not willing to sacrifice any of that now. So continue to stand guard about what your beliefs are, about the messages you received, about the journey that you're on. Stand proud and stand tall and maintain your level of alertness and willingness and waiting for instructions, right? Because this guard here is waiting for instructions from someone higher than them before they move and take any action, before they attack, retreat, whatever. They're waiting for instructions. But whatever they do, they're not going to compromise everything they've accomplished up until this point. What you're being asked to release for the week is 5 of Swords. And 5 of Swords is about conflict. It's about fighting dirty. It's about manipulation a lot of times. You have got to release the energy of those who have won these tiny battles against you in sense of they've caused you a loss of peace. They've gained at your expense, right? But there's something about the past and people of the past who may be in your presence. So let's say it's a parent, let's say it's a friend. How you handle those people from here on out is up to you. This isn't so much about telling you to let go of the people that are the source of it, but you have to release that feeling of being defeated and of being manipulated or used and abused, because you are victorious. And what you need to actually embrace in this upcoming week is an attitude of victory, because again, even though what's around you may not reflect that, it is already written. Okay, it's already written. And what you're asked to think about, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is about clarity. It's about knowledge. It's about truth. And it's about nothing compromising that truth. So what you need to think about is, how many times has God come through for you before? Who do you believe? Who do you stand for? What do you stand for? What's of value to you? Your values, although your environment may not reflect the same respect for your values that you should have, you are going to have to be the one to defend that. And once you stand tall and proud and honor your truth, the universe has no option but to bring in other energies in that match and honor that as well. But there is a process to get there. That's another reason you got to let go of this feeling of defeat or worthlessness, or how much you've been manipulated. Even thinking about it from the sense of knowing that it doesn't reflect your value, but continuing to step into that anger or disappointment from it, it almost confirms that thought that it really is a reflection on you, and it's not. You don't want to maintain that energy. So coming into the next week, walk with confidence and clarity, and again, as though you already know what you do, that the victory has already been established. It's already been, it's done, it's said, it's written. You weren't guided here for no reason. You need to think about the energy that you put out, because if the truth is you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and walking your path, nothing else matters. Look how confident she is. I hate that I have to keep pulling this paper up to get a clear image. I really like for y'all to see the details. Look how confident she is. Her truth, she wears her truth like one of those, you know, Sunday hats. Yeah. Or one of those Kentucky Derby, or, you know, yeah, that's how she wears her truth. It is her crown. And so you're being asked to do the same thing. That's going to bring balance into your life. That's going to be clarity, and that's going to reinforce this courage that you've had up until this point that you may find has been fleeting or leaving a little bit lately because of some potential stagnancy, okay? So what's next? Let's go. You know, I moved these cards. I have like desks around me, and I keep putting the cards everywhere but back on the table. Now we're going into your love portion. Okay, so we're going to pull some love oracle cards. I may do tarot. I may do Kipper. We'll see. Let's see what the messages are for Gemini for the upcoming week. Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini? Oops. For the upcoming week. Spirit, what are the messages for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. What are the messages, love messages for Gemini for the upcoming week? One more. Okay. Attraction. You attract romance. I'm sorry, there's a glare. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Soulmate. Yes. This is your soulmate. One more. I'm feeling guided to do one more. True love. This is the romance of a life. Okay, Spirit. Spirit said yes, you. Whoever said soulmate and was like, when I said soulmate, if you're like, who, me? Psh, no. Yeah, Spirit said yes, you. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I feel like a lot of y'all have love in your energy, but y'all been so pessimistic lately. I don't even know if it's pessimistic. It's like, I don't feel like you've been focused on current love. You may have been focused on healing from past love, but also focused on your business, focused on restructuring your life in many different ways. And I think a lot of you have been focused on growth. Of course you are. You wouldn't be here, right? So what the message is that continuing to do that has only brought, I'm hearing, someone into your vicinity that is the one. And I don't know if you wrote it off for whatever reason. I don't feel like it's for lack of attraction to that person. I feel like it's because you're just not in that space. You feel like you have to get to a certain place before you entertain love. And the thing is, because you've been working so hard on yourself and releasing old energies and trying to make sure that the life you have reflects the life you want and that you've been spiritually and divinely guided towards. You've been doing so much work. Guess what you done drew in, Gemini? Oh, whether you like it or not. The more you do this, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. You've been working on doing that, but not for the sake of drawing anything in other than happiness. Well, guess what? Guess what you did? So there's somebody like real close, like they're right there. You either know who the person is in the sense of it's someone who you've already been like, hi, my name is Jeff. Hi, my name is Sally. And y'all have been introduced. Maybe probably not romantically, you just know this person. And it's not that they're not attractive or they don't find you attractive. It's just like you are not even on that wavelength right now. But your soulmate has been brought into you. Kipper, which Kipper is very specific. So let's do some Kipper. I'm gonna just pull Kipper until the storyline is like, until Spirit says stop. Please provide more clarity on these romantic messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Can we please provide more clarity on these romantic messages for Gemini for the upcoming week? Spirit, can you provide More clarity through this Kipper deck on the messages, the love messages for Gemini for the upcoming week. Child, false person, mature man, distant horizons. You have more than one energy around you. When you are in that mode of loving on yourself or trying to learn to, sometimes before you look up, you've kind of already mastered it. Now, it's an ongoing process. I'm feeling ready to pull one more. Community. It's an ongoing process, but there is a level where you can say you've reached peak for that for the moment that you're in, like loving yourself, being happy with yourself, even in the midst of working on some details about yourself you might not be, you know, the most excited about. You are loving yourself. So what happens with that, you can bring in more than one type of energy. What it's about with your healing is the energies that you choose to entertain, though. Okay, so I think the misconception is that, I don't know why I'm shuffling, but I was, and Wealthy Man popped out, and I feel to put it. Okay, so I'm done. Let me stop. Put down Kipper. Thank you, Kipper. Thank you, Spirit. What was I saying? We're gonna cross that over mature man. There's a misconception that, and I hear it a lot amongst people who identify as empaths, who vocally identify as empaths. Do you get what I'm saying? Are quick to claim that title. No offense to anyone, but here's what I hear a lot. I draw in this energy because I'm a healer, and so I always draw in broken people. If you look up from your front, like imagine you're looking down at the picture of your life. You're only seeing the picture of your life. If you look up and look at the whole world, get out of your own experience and look at the bigger picture, I think what you'll realize is that we all attract all kinds of energy. But your path and your healing process is about realizing, why do I continue to entertain the negative? What turns out to be negative. There are many people who, granted, with all honesty, I don't have a daily look at their inner workings and how they operate in a relationship. But come on now, there are happy relationships, overall happy. Doesn't mean they don't argue. Doesn't mean they haven't had periods where it was rough. Doesn't mean that everybody has had those periods. Let's get that narrative out too. Everybody doesn't have to drag each other through the mud first, right? But for the most part, there are some happy couples out there. And happy couples that are still whole individual people, meaning they have separate interests as well as interests together. They have their friend groups. They love themselves, but they also love each other. So that being said, does that mean that these two happy people never attract the raggediest of the raggedy? That when the husband goes out, he don't have some insta thought or some whatever coming at him at the gym. When the wife goes out and she's pumping gas, and there's some bottom of the barrel leeching, siphoning individual coming at her trying to talk to her. But guess what? They don't entertain it. And if you look up and stop only expecting bad because you are a healer or an empath, you'll realize that your healing journey is knowing what to entertain, because you are drawn to your parents, good or bad. You're drawn to your siblings, good or bad, like versions of them in different bodies. Why was I saying all this? So the point is, you're drawing in, to go to the Kipper, someone who is a false person, and then you have someone who is actually the person for you. Okay, and there may be more than one false person, and there may be more than one option for you as a soulmate. Soulmates are not always life mates. Okay, there's something that you can learn from the person, and you could very well end up being a life mate. So you have options. One person may have a child, but I'm not getting whether or not that is the false person or the mature man. Let's get a crossing energy for the child. They might either have a child or a business that's new. I often get entrepreneur energy from this, and not from the person, but like this is the state of the business. So they might have a new business, but they could also have a child. Let's get more on this child thief. Okay, no, that's the person. I'm hearing the one that has the single child. This is the person you need to watch out for. Okay, that's not it. That's not it, Spirit is saying. Or there's something that you'll have to sacrifice about yourself to be with that person. So that's the false person energy. At the center, we have the mature man and also the wealthy man that popped out, which I felt like was clarifying or crossing that energy. So there's someone else and maybe that's why you're writing it off, Gemini. It may be a mature, wealthy man, or what your version of wealthy is. It may vary. It doesn't mean they got a Lambo. It's just whatever. Hold on, let me restart. So, I feel like this is precisely why you've written off. I won't even say written off, like you considered it and was like, nah, I'm not worthy. It's just like you've done so much work. People that are expressing attraction to you have leveled up in whatever arena they were in. So the bad are going to get worse and the good are going to get better, honey. So understand that it's that usually maybe you notice the negative energy you bring in. Or maybe a good man might be, he's good on the inside out, but he's still working on something with his finances. And there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this, but he's at a career level similar to yours. And is a good guy, but this is letting me know that this is a level up from what you've attracted as far as good energy before, but also the bad is worse. So you got to be very, very aware of what energies you entertain. I also get that this person is someone that travels a lot, distant horizons, and is a part of your community. They're either a friend of a friend, someone you work with, a friend of a coworker, a family member's friend. There's something about them that's already like y'all have been a part of each other's, what is it? 6 degrees of separation, 7, 3, whatever it is. It's like there's been an awareness that this person existed. Like even if you didn't know their name before, it was somebody's son or somebody's cousin, or your coworker had a brother you never met. Do you get what I'm saying? This person isn't so new that y'all never had close proximity in that sense, but y'all were never formally introduced until recently, maybe? I don't know. So either way, Spirit is saying continue to work on yourself because it's bringing that love in. And I feel like the more you continue this self-work journey, if it's not clear which one is which right now, it'll be made clear the more you continue on your path of enjoying the moment, gaining more control over your life, and just continue to love on yourself and free yourself from past negative energies. All right, last but not least, let's look at your finances. Spirit, I feel led to clear some energies. Let's do it again. I don't know why, but anyway, what are the money and finance and career messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node for the upcoming week? What are the money messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node I feel like looking. A new romantic cycle begins. Expect powerful change. Well, maybe this person is also tied to your financial future, the outlook. So let's, this person I mentioned in the love reading. Okay. Step out of your comfort zone. Communication is key. It's time to release negative energy. I'm being guided to stop right there. Okay. So, communication So there's something with regard this tied to your money, your finances. You've kind of hit a plateau maybe with something. You have access to resources that can help you, but there's some kind of self-defeating attitude or not wanting to bother people. You're going to have to put your salesman hat on is what I'm trying to say, Gemini. And for the Geminis I'm talking to, as communicative as y'all can be, I don't feel like you like embodying that salesman type energy. It puts you in a vulnerable place. It requires you to show interest in something. So it's like interest in a job and to put like almost to sell yourself. And I feel like you're not comfortable with selling yourself. If it requires you asking for seed money for something, or it's just about putting yourself out there so that you are remembered when an opportunity comes up, it's something you're not comfortable about with that. And Spirit saying it's not the time for you to be bashful and humble and meek and mild. Wild out, Gemini. Okay? This is time for you to be fully on display to get you, your business ventures, and your finances to the next level. And this is not all of you, but some of you, this is connected to the love reading with you have the wealthy man, mature man in your energy. So you kind of thought, they're cute. They might be cute, but they're not, they're outside of what your usual type is. Not that you think horribly of yourself, but it's just not the usual type that goes for you. Well, you've leveled up. Now you need to embody the confidence to show the world on the outside that you've leveled up. So that person may also be part of the key to your next financial level up. And it's not about using them. It's about understanding that that's the perks that come with dealing with somebody like that. You should legitimately like them to deal with them first, and there should be a soul connection. But if they happen to have money, stop feeling bad about that, Gemini. I'm talking to a specific group of y'all. Stop with that humble stuff. Like, I feel like a lot of people are surprised by how humble you are, considering it's either your looks, your communication skills, all of the above, your talents, all of the above. But something about you is like people are shocked by how humble you are. Yeah, that's cute, but this is not the time to keep up with that humble shit. And I'm saying it that way because that's the intensity with which is coming through. Sorry, I'm not doing reversals right. So that is your card, Gemini. What? Listen, if y'all don't stop, let me center this because this will probably be y'all's thumbnail. Just being honest. I'm just being honest. Okay. So in the past, Three of Pentacles energy was about collaboration, consulting with someone with a little bit more knowledge than you in an effort to level up. It's about partnerships. The funny thing is I'm getting a lot of Holy Trinity energy from this, which means that this level up and this consulting you did, your ancestors and angel guides have literally shaken you into a spiritual awakening. And maybe you went through a rough patch, maybe you didn't, but for some reason your spirit was just, it's like you've been on, you know what a sleeper cell is, like some military plant where they've been programmed and trained to be like these ultimate killers, right? But they've also been kind of hypnotized into a state of sleeping. And once they get that signal to wake up, it's assassin mode. So it's like you've been doing this spiritual work, and then all of a sudden the sleeper was awakened. Now you're an Empress energy, boo-boo. Whether you like it or not, ultimate abundance. People are attracted to you. You're intuitive. Your intuitive gifts and abilities are on the up and up. You don't own a kingdom. You own kingdoms. So there are several areas of your life in which mastery is not as far away as you think it is. And what I mean by mastery is being able to, in a professional way, present a product or a service to people that they would just eat up. Okay, and it's not just in one area of your life. You're multi-talented, multifaceted. And here's where I think you're missing out. Because in the near future energy, you have Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is great when you're working on a singular beeline type I'm trying to get from here to here. But Eight of Pentacles is not like, does that match with Empress to you? That matches to one of her subjects, and she might send them out to do this. So Spirit is not saying don't do the work, but you're thinking too small. Some of you may need to start delegating work out, but also you might need to expand what you're doing, because right now it's something like you keep making pentacles, waiting for this to blow up into something else. Like, I don't know, into dollar bills. Do you get what I'm saying? Into stocks and bonds, into annuities. Like, it's something like, but you just making pentacles over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But you're an Empress. And here's the funny part. Your obstacle position for your money is Lovers. That's you. That's your energy. But the problem is you don't see how powerful your energy is. So the blockage is not embracing who you are, not showing the world how strong and powerful and abundant and sexy and intuitive and mothering and how many ideas you have and how much imbalance your ideas are. And it's like you want to stay on this humble shit. Keep your head down and work. No, this ain't the time. It's time to look up, perk up, dress up, and show your face to the world. If you do that, look at this. Your outcome is ultimate wish fulfillment, but you cannot remain humble. It's beast mode time, Gemini. So this week, I don't care what you got to do. If it's that lace front that's been in the closet because you thought it was too much, please dust it off, glue it in properly, and show off and stunt to the world. If this idea that you sat quietly in a meeting every week and you kept it to yourself because nobody's going to listen, forget their response. Put the idea out there, whether they like it or not, whether it goes anywhere or not. If it's a song you've been practicing for weeks and months and years, it's your favorite song, and there's an open mic night, and you usually just go observe. Sign up to actually sing, Gemini. It's something, but this week, all of this is tied to your money, okay? All of this is tied to your abundance. You have the potential to have so much at your feet. You're caught up in the tedium and the blood, sweat, and tears labor. You're past that now. You need to really be the superstar. Step into that role of superstar that you are. It will lead to an opportunity that's ultimate wish fulfillment at the end of the week, a check in the mail, somebody's going to see you up on and put you up on a pedestal that you already deserve to be on, but you're just too humble to put yourself there. Stop it, Gemini. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you're still here, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, join the tribe, turn on the notification bell. And until next time, my dear Geminis, love you. Bye.